Alright, hey guys, just going to do a quick update. Today is December the 10th. I've been away for a few weeks. I haven't been able to do videos. These are the sunflowers here. You can see how tall these guys are now. Some of these guys in here are actually starting to produce heads. Actually might not be on these ones here that they are. Oh no, you can see in here. That guy right there's already starting to produce a sunflower head. That guy there hasn't produced it, and that guy there hasn't. So that's the sunflowers. If you remember back to my start of my videos where I said what sunflower seeds are these, I'll leave a link in the description. I actually thought these seeds, which are sunflowers, were actual lemon seeds, because they looked very like lemon seeds, but they're not. They are sunflower seeds. These are another brand type of sunflower. You can see this guy here. See how nice and yellow that is. How nice that looks. Looks really good. So they look really nice. Our cucumbers down here. These are from seed. Grew these from seed. So they're starting to grow up nice and strong. Got in boxes here so they don't have to chase after them every half hour to water them in the hot Sydney summer sun. This is a Aldi store-bought capsicum. I had another capsicum plant which was quite a bit taller than this one here that was sitting just there, but I gave that to a friend. Thought he could have it. This is another Aldi store-bought capsicum. You can start to see there's capsicums actually growing on the plant, which is really nice. We have some more sunflowers over here. You can see right down there, it's starting to produce a head. This guy here has quite a strong sized head, so that looks really nice. Same with this guy down here. This guy here, starting to form a head. We come on down to our tomatoes. Our tomatoes are looking really good. You can see that these are a couple of months old now, and these are actually starting to, you might just be able to see them somewhere or some areas. On some plants you'll be able to notice they're actually starting to bud some fruit. Might not possibly be on that plant, but there's a couple here. Doesn't seem to be any on that one there as well. You'll notice they're actually starting to produce fruit, which is really cool. This is another seed cucumber. Sorry, not cucumber, capsicum. You might just be able to see down there. It's just starting to produce a flowering head, so that's really nice to see. Here we go. You can start to see there now. I don't know if I can, right under my finger, you can start to see some fruit. This is our basil here, it's getting out of control, it's looking really good. Some more tomato seed grown plants. This one here is a very interesting tomato plant actually. It's a orange tomato, and these are bite size, so they're probably about the size of a 50-cent coin. Probably the size of a golf ball, and they're orange. So I've never actually seen orange tomatoes in my life. You've always seen the golden yellow ones when they're changing from green to yellow and then to red, blood red, but I've never seen orange tomatoes. And when I saw this at Aldi, I thought, shit, I better get this. This looks really cool. You can already start to see that these guys in here are starting to flower, so that's really cool. You can actually see the fruit on that one right there. Some more seed grown tomatoes here. Not too sure, you might be able to see a bit of a head on there. This is another Aldi store-bought capsicum. You have a look at this capsicum in here. Look how good that looks. Wow, that looks so nice. In here, looks pretty good as well. Some more Aldi store-bought capsicums. If you have a look up here, I'm about 160, my height, and this is probably up to my eyebrows, so that's pretty good. Come over here and have a look at some more of the sunflowers in here. Got another sunflower in here. This is starting to turn golden yellow. The heads and the flowers are starting to open up. This one here is only forming its heads. These guys here, some of them have heads, some of them don't. The wind's starting to pick up, so hopefully it's not being picked up on the camera too much. That's about it for those plants here. So yeah, these are looking really good now. Had a mate over yesterday. We went out for a drive, so gave him some plants for him. So you can take them home. Something I've noticed with these sunflowers that I have growing over here is that there are mini heads going to form on these actual sunflower. If I turn you back around, if we have a look at the base of this sunflower, now this doesn't really give you that very good of an idea of how thick this is, but that's at least an inch thick. That trunk is at least an inch thick, and if we have a look up the plant, you won't see any here or here, but we start to see actual flowers and branches starting to appear out of, or in the crotch of where the other flowers used to be. And I had a look online to see what this was about. I thought maybe there was a illness on the plant or something, but it's actually not. This is a sunflower which will produce mini heads on the one sunflower. So you'll have your head here, which you can already see is forming, but out of all these little crotches, these buds here will actually start to produce flowers as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. Never even thought that would be possible. We can see on this over here, those guys there aren't producing flowers yet, I don't think. No, they're not. Not yet, so that's interesting. That's fun. But yeah, really interesting there. And if we come over to here, this is a tomato branch that snapped off in the heavy winds that we had. And I thought, you know what, I might as well just shove this in the ground and see if it rots or if something happens. I didn't put any lime or anything on the end of the limb. You can see it's there, and you can see I'm tugging on that pretty hard. I'm giving that a good tug. You can see my arms flexing there, and it's not pulling up at all. So that's really interesting to see that it's actually grown itself in there. And you can see that the flowers are there. We've got flowers over there. We've got flowers forming here. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens to these tomatoes, if these guys will grow. Got some more sunflowers over here. These sunflowers here, these three were in a white pot, and I was too lazy to get a mix of compost and some manure and put it into one of the containers, so I thought I'll just shove them in the ground and they can grow there, and they're growing, so that's good. Our tomatoes over here, these are Aldi store-bought tomatoes, but you can start to see these guys here are really starting to grow. If we come over here, you can start to see green tomatoes. You can start to see that it's growing really nicely. Got some more flowers, fruit growing there, so it's looking really good. But this guy here is what is really producing us the most fruit. You have a look here. We got tomatoes here. We got tomatoes here. We got some up here. Yeah, let's have a count. Let's go from the top. Count those that we can actually see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything over here? 6, 7. Can't really see those 3. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15, 16. You know, can't really see there. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we have about 22 visible tomatoes just on this plant, and probably about 30, maybe 40 fruits that aren't visible just yet. You can see some of the flowers have already started to dry up and die, so you'll be able to start to see the heads in them shortly. Give them a couple of days time, you can see there, starting to look really nice. On this plant here, it's a bit of a slower one. You've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so visible ones, probably 6 there if you had a close enough look. So there's about 6 on here. You know, there's probably about 15, 20 flowers showing on there. So as you can see, it's really starting to shoot up the vegetables that we have going here. So it's interesting to, you know, watch them as they mature over the months. You know, something that I've, you know, really enjoyed doing is planting these plants from seed, or from buying them from, you know, a store, Aldi or something like that. And then, you know, over the months you see the progression of the plants, you know, from being little seedlings and a seedling punnet to, you know, being almost 5'5" tall type of thing. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's not the best. I know it's pretty, you know, boring walking around just having a look, but you know, if there's anything you guys want to actually learn from what I'm doing or how I prune my tomatoes, there's a couple of videos that explains how I prune the tomato plants. Yeah, you're more than welcome to check them out and have a look. If we come up to the deck quickly, be able to see that our apples that we grew here, they're looking really good as well. So, you know, that's also been pretty enjoyable to watch grow. And these were from little tiny seedlings, and now they're, you know, 2.5 inches tall. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good afternoon, and enjoy your summer's day, or your mainly winter's day if you're in America. Started to see that a lot of places in America have already started to get a lot of snow, so yeah, stay safe with all your snow. It's glad that we don't have that in Sydney, man. I hate it when it's, you know, 15 degrees cold. If it was like -6 or 7, I don't think I'd be able to do it, honestly. I think I'd want to pass out with the cold. I don't like the cold. I'm a summer's person, in and out. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good afternoon. Bye for now.